Let's see. We gonna go live from the closet. Let's see if we could get some people on here. Live from the closet. Okay, we gonna go live from the closet. Peace reflection. Throw a one in the chat, you guys, if y'all can hear me. I'm gonna give about 1 or 2 more minutes for everybody to come on. I'm live from my closet. Okay, so I'm in the closet doing this YouTube, but I hope that y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, throw a one in the chat because I'm going live today from my little closet area because this is the only area in the house that's quiet. Everybody is doing, other things. Ashe, Ashe. Hi, Chrissy Tutu. It's nice to see you. Um, I'm gonna get started in a couple of minutes. The title of this discussion is "Energy is neither created or destroyed," but the discussion is gonna go somewhere, you guys. I sit here today, and I think about just life and just everything right now. It's just about the energy that you create. What you put out is what you're gonna receive. And I just think that in this time, you enter and overstand, like, we getting a bunch of different cosmic energies. If you've been keeping up with the Schumann resonance, then you've seen it starting to white out, you understand. We getting a lot of seismic activity on the earth, but what you have to enter and understand is that that activity, we are energy, we are frequency, and we are sound. So if we're having sine waves that's hitting the earth, you understand, cosmic radiation that comes in a form of frequency, that comes in a form of light energy. Light is energy. If it wasn't, then it wouldn't create heat. Heat creates pressure. You understand what I'm saying? The more heat and pressure that the earth absorbs, it's just common sense. If the earth doesn't have the capacity to be able to dissipate the heat, what's going to happen? Eventually, that pressure is going to build, and then something is going to have to crack, you understand, for the pressure to release. Well, you guys, when you think about that, then you can understand what's going on the earth. But what you also have to understand is we are a microcosm of the macrocosm. So if you're having seismic activity on earth, that would mean that you would be having seismic waves also in your body, as you have to tune in and harmonize with these new frequencies, with this new cosmic intelligence. Peace and love, Empress Diana. I hope you can hear me. you know, I think that in this time, you understand what I'm saying. Like, these people want us so distracted right now. They want us working in their system. You understand? They want us to, you understand, be distracted from self, because if you got the knowledge of self right now and you can get in tune and harmonize with the cosmic frequency, with the cosmic intelligence, then you're going to over and understand your purpose in life. You're going to save yourself, you understand what I'm saying, from all of this physical work, and you're going to ascend to the point of where you need to be. You're going to be living in your purpose. And that's a part of the energy is neither created or destroyed, only transferred. You could take your energy and you could do work, and that work is going to benefit somebody else. You transferring your solar energy to these people, you understand, their corporation, which is a corpse, something that's dead, and then you making it live. But what's happening to you? You getting your soul depleted because you ain't able to feed off of the cosmic energy that's coming in at 6 o'clock. You understand? It's coming in at noon. That's coming in at 3. That's coming back in at 6. You ain't able to and back in at 9. You understand? You can't be on the 369 algorithm and be on a shift at a job. It's two improbabilities, because that's why it's called a shift. It's a lot of spell work and stuff that's going on, and you won't even be able to see the full program that you participating in until you stop, Giving out your energy. How do you stop giving out your energy? You take a moment and you self reflect. Now is the time for self reflection, tribe. It's not a time to be distracted. It's time to reflect on self so that you can see what you're supposed to be operating and how you're supposed to be living, what we're supposed to be doing with this life. You know, you repeat cycles because you got to learn a lesson. I think I went over that in my last live. And that's all people doing is repeating cycles and learning, and but not learning the lesson, and that's why the cycle repeat on you. But I promise you, if you give your energy the right way, that energy is going to form a new path, and then you're going to forge a new path, and you won't be in the same cycle of stress, depression, or whatever. You understand? And then some of us done figured it out, and for those of us that's done figured it out, it's a wonderful time to be alive. Like my telepathy has taken off. I don't know if any of y'all in the chat, but my telepathy, my visions right now are so just spectacular, you guys. Like on my balcony, on the balcony or whatever, I'm out here in Boynton Beach, and my balcony overlooks the Everglades. And you guys, it's so much cosmic radiation coming out of there. I was speaking with my tribe on my Telegram, and you all are all welcome to always go to my Telegram. I'm gonna throw the link in the description for people or whatever, or in the chat. And because on Telegram, you know, that's a live chat where you understand, and it's uncensored, so you can see stuff in real time. And so in real time, I done been on the porch, I done been recording the plasma beams in real time, the plasma storms in real time, the ripple effect that's going on in the clouds in real time. Just, it's so much plasma energy right now. We got interdimensional beings that are apparent now and have been showing themselves to some of us. Like I have been witnessing interdimensional beings. And the way that you know they interdimensional is because, yo, they literally look like they tearing a, a man, it look like it's tearing a hole through the, like when they move or whatever, it's like a ripple, yo, and it, the being that I saw looked just like a ball of fire. It almost looked like a little fireball. And that shit was floating. You understand? And I saw this yesterday, like yesterday, okay? It was floating. You and understand? And that's the first time that I ever seen something like that in my life. You and understand? Like I knew what it was, and the way it was moving so smart, and it was like right above the shopping center. You and understand? But all of these experiences that I'm having is because I'm taking time with myself and doing stuff for myself. If you ain't taking no time for yourself because you sleep at 3 a.m. because you're tired, because you done worked all day, and they shift, you can't feel the cosmic shift or the cosmic energy, yo, because I'm on a whole nother frequency. 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2:30 a.m., 3 o'clock, something wakes me up. I'm outside and I'm just out there looking at the cosmos at night, and there's so much activity that's going on out there right now, y'all. They, man, they can't spray enough to not make you see it if you done been contacted by some of these beings, because I know I have in real time. I have recorded in real time the beings orbit flashing these signals, because the signals that they flashing is cosmic intelligence, you guys. That's how we communicate: light, frequency, and sound. It's just the same. That's what forms in your brain. The light is intelligence. When you see certain flashes of lights, that does something to both hemispheres of your brain, the left and the right hemisphere of your brain. And based on those pathways, you can form memories or contact old memories that's in your past from your epigenetic inheritance. Now, this is the type of stuff that I'm trying to teach the tribe on my Patreon. You understand what I'm saying? So I go into deeper metaphysics and Patreon on the body. This month I'm going to be going over astral sites, because your brain actually has structures in them called astral sites. They're glial cells or whatever. They're like connectors, yo. And that's how you connect to the astrals. You got astral sites in your brain because the way that you connect to the astrals is through consciousness, not through a vessel or a ship. You is the ship. Your macabre is the ship. And that's light energy, photon energy that come from the soul. Is visualized as a photon of light here, you understand, based on these principles, but it's even deeper than that. So what else is going on cosmically right now? They calling this energy the Lion's Gate. I think it started on the 26th, if somebody can help me. Yes. Fireballs though, tribe. Yes, supreme consciousness. I saw fireball. Okay, I was actually on the chat doing a spiritual discussion with the tribe on Telegram, and a fireball came and appeared like maybe 100, maybe 200 feet from me, and it was just orbiting, cutting through the air, cutting through the air. Listen, I know for facts it's intense in Jamaica. It's intense in Dominica too when you ain't got those street lights. And see, for me, what was beautiful, not to get distracted off what I was saying, but I just want to comment on that though. What was beautiful about the whole experience is that the way that I am, I'm above the grid. You understand? Like I sit above, my porch is above the grid, so I'm actually able to see above the grid. And I'm telling you guys, yo, if you on the ground, you're not gonna be able to see those beams because of all of the fucking street lights and stuff and the interference. You understand? Like street lights, power lines, they interfere with the optics, yo, of what you can see and what you can't see as far as plasma energy, because they actually blinding you with the light. Let me explain. When I say they blinding you with the light, when you see the light, you got to use energy to see that light. The energy that you use to see that light is like a mirror, bruh, and then you can't see above that grid. It's a magnetic field. I'm for real. So this being was orbiting right above the shopping center. This is the lowest I ever done seen one of them mugs orb, yo. And people couldn't see it. It was just above the trees, and I was just looking at it. And I was on the phone with my spiritual group, but the way I was on the phone, I was on Telegram, and the way Telegram does it, don't let you like zoom in, so I couldn't zoom in on it, so they couldn't see it. But I was telling them about it. That mug stayed there, man. It stayed there through the whole conversation. And then get this, the next day, now this stuff is documented in my Telegram, if y'all, because I ain't got no reason to get up on here and pump fake about no experiences. Yo, the next day, these people came out there and installed some shit right in the area of the shopping center, yo, where the damn plasma beam was at, y'all. I'm not bullshitting. They installed all of these little refractive lights and shit right there. Y'all, I'm not playing. And so now it's all of these like sine waves in the air, but right over the shopping center, yo, and right over where I saw that beam, it's just a terrace, like a hole where the clouds would be or whatever, and you could just see straight to the blue sky. Y'all, it's something going down in the Everglades. I already done told people it's a cosmic battle going on right now. You ain't gotta believe me, but if you got a soul, you know what's going down right now, bro. Now back to what I was saying though, I'm for real as hell. Like it's real intense right now, bruh. It's plasma beings apparent, yes. They everywhere, bro. Them mugs orbing, bro. They super low. I told my tribe, I was like, listen, y'all. I'm like, them beings getting ready to make real contact with some of us. And when I say real contact, I mean they might come to you in a human form at first because they don't want to scare you. And plus, they so fucking bright you couldn't look on them for real, no way. And they shape shift, you enter and overstand, because you got to enter and overstand. You even shape shift if you want to, motherfucker. You just do it in an inorganic way by throwing the wig on. You understand? I done shape shifted a little bit today to blend in with the matrix because I had some shit I had to do. You understand? Well, that's the same way that it worked. They know this 369 algorithm. If you plasma, you could shape your crystal into anything. You understand? Because this ain't nothing but a mirror, bro. To a degree, we talking about light, frequency, and sound. And I don't want to get too deep into that, but if you interested in light, frequency, and sound, you got to go to my Patreon. Because like I'm saying, on my Patreon this week, this month, I'm going to be teaching about the astral sites. And it's going to be a very good discussion, you understand, because I'm going to break it down in a way that I know ain't nobody ever taught it before. So if you wanna, you understand, if you interested in figuring out how your light energy really works in your body, if you're a solar being, how to really heal yourself, you understand what I'm saying, and really use and harness your energy of creation the way that it's supposed to be, I would suggest going over there and getting a subscription for real because I'm gonna be dropping heavy shit, but it can't be dropped here and it can't be dropped no really where else because it's getting blocked off everything. I done already tried. So make the long story short, hold on. So what you saying, supreme consciousness? When I rose from me dream walking, uh-huh. You know what, you guys? So the 8-8 portal is coming. Okay. And I think I was talking earlier and I said something about they're calling this the Lion's Gate. Y'all over and understand it ain't the name ain't important because we talking slave language. This cosmic event happens, you understand, this alignment or whatever, and it ain't got nothing to do with their calendar date or nothing like that. But let me tell you something. That portal or whatever, this portal energy right now, if you look at the Schumann resonance, it's very high. You enter and understand. The higher that energy gets, you guys, the more that we will become telepathic and the more you're going to be able to see interdimensional beings, okay? So around the 8th until the 12th or whatever, we're going to be having a whole bunch of alignments. And then around the 25th, we're going to have the Leo constellation. And the Leo constellation, that alignment right there, that will be a very good time to do some sun rituals. You understand? Sun rituals. And this ain't got nothing, or heart rituals, you understand, and manifestation. This don't have nothing to do with their Greek system itself. What I'm trying to help y'all to understand is it's energy. You light, frequency, and sound, and at certain time, when you have certain alignments in the astrals, that can form certain alignments within you because your body, your organ systems is literally tied to that cosmic system because the forces of that are the forces that's within you. You got to enter and understand that. So that's why you say it has an influence on you. You understand? Because the influence is within you. You understand? So when those things align, you need to be working on your alignments as well. So you can feed off of the energy. Peace, tribe, peace. I see y'all checking in from a bunch of places. You understand? So anyway, what else was I about to say? So other than that, you guys, I think that the discussion, you understand, is going the way that it need to go. And so what I was talking about was I was talking about the cosmic energies, and energy is neither created or destroyed, right? Only transferred. So everything right now is about controlling your thoughts, controlling your mind. You enter and understand and distracting you from what's most important. All right. All right. And so, what is most important right now is going to be your ascension. So, enter and understand if you suffer from ascension symptoms, you understand what I'm saying, like the muscle aches, the ringing in your ears and different stuff like that. You really need to detox your body as quickly as possible. You understand what I'm saying? Because you probably are having some type of heavy metal, maybe toxicity. You know, these clouds that they got, it's aluminum and stuff in that, and also you got different type of salts and heavy metal products in the thing. You know what? Who is this person? I'm not familiar with YouTube because I haven't used YouTube a lot. But anyway, moving on to from the distractors, you guys, because I ain't got time, no time to be distracted with demons. You understand? So we gonna keep on pushing with the discussion. Throw a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, because I want to make sure y'all can hear me above these all of these distractions. Because as soon as I was getting ready to start talking, here come a distractor. But anyway, like I was saying, so the cosmic energies or whatever, right? So we talking about energy being neither created or destroyed, only transferred. Well, this energies and all of these alignments that's coming up, right, from the cosmos, is getting ready to feed us, okay? We getting ready to get intelligence and healing in the form of light energy. You understand? Your body absorbs that light energy through your melanin and different things like that. It rotates the light, removes a photon from it, and that is how you power your body. That is how you heal. But also, light carries intelligence. You understand? That's the effect on your brain. You understand? So you might be having, like for me, I'm having a whole bunch of tingling on my crown chakra up here. You understand? Because those nerves are super active right now. You understand? Like brain. You understand? So these are the type of things that you need to focus on. I agree, Supreme Consciousness, they can't do anything but talk and interrupt because it's no response for the truth. You enter and understand. You know, I always tell people if you want to debate me on what I'm saying, let's go. But it can't be no debate. You understand? At the truth. You understand? So there's only distractions. And that's fine. You understand what I'm saying? That's what YouTube is for. You understand? It's a different energy. That's what I was explaining to the tribe. You understand? I'm like, shoot, they won't let me go on IG no more. You understand what I'm saying? They done made a new rule there. You got to have 1,000 followers, and they making sure to keep me too low. My Telegram, you understand what I'm saying? It's wavy right now. It's wavy. You understand? Facebook, bro, they just done had me on lockdown on Facebook since 2020 when I went to release that information against Pfizer and all of them about that jab and all of that gene editing toxin shit that they was doing. So you understand? And YouTube, the same thing, because I done had this account on YouTube 5 years and I only got 800 followers. But it's not important. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, that's how hard these people is trying to censor the truth from us because they fear the truth. You understand what I'm saying? There's no rebuttal for truth. You understand what I'm saying? Only censorship. So the more I get censored, the more I know I'm doing the right thing. And I, demons come all the time, but what you got to do when you just got to move on. You absorb that energy and move on to the next thing because it's just a distraction. So anyway, what I was saying about the forces though, you guys. So if you're looking at the Schumann resonance this week, you're gonna see it whited out in a bunch of places, okay? Schumann, divine rising, dark sun, divine rising. All right. So the Schumann, you understand what I'm saying, is signaling the frequency. You understand what I'm saying? then think about the earth is signaling the frequency too. We got all of these volcanoes going off right now. We got Kamchatka that's shaking like a leaf over there. Alaska shaking like a leaf over there. You understand? You got the subduction zone that's up there, right there by California, by Mount Rainier and all of that shit. They're not talking about that shit. That shit is active right now. And you got the radars in Yellowstone, from reports, you understand, have been cut off for the last 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't track that. I just know what people is putting out here who saying that they track that. You enter and understand. Then what else we done had? We done had an earthquake right by Georgia. We had an earthquake in New York. Y'all, that's the New Madrid fault line right there. It's a fault line that goes up through there, okay? So you guys, they said that earthquake was felt from Kamchatka all the way to New York. You put that together, that's a plate. Look over that area. You're going to see a plate. It's shifting, guys, literally under our feet as we speak it right now. So that tells you if it's shifting from below, that pressure is going to rise to the top. And that's what you're seeing right now. But that pressure is also going to rise within your body too. So you got to know how to harness and harmonize with these energies so it won't become physical stress on your body and you won't lose your immunity and get sick and your body begin to break down because you can't take the new frequency of the earth. So that's why grounding is important right now. That's why detoxing is important right now. Your heart is getting ready to have to adjust to a whole lot. You enter and understand it's going to be more heat. You understand heat, it causes stress on the body, causes the release of cortisol. If you got the wrong things in your body, if you got a lot of processed foods, animal fat, stuff like that, fragrances and all of that type of shit, all that stuff matters because it dehydrates you and then you can't bend the light. That's what dehydration is. It's burning yourself up from the inside out. You understand? You ain't got enough water, you ain't got enough light because light even travels in water. That's a conduit for light energy. You enter and understand? So the more you know the metaphysics of your body, the more you're going to be able to get through this time. The more you're going to have a greater inner and understanding of everything that's going on, and you be at peace with it. Because I'm at peace. I'm at peace with everything that's going on right now. And I feel like I'm the calm in the storm because I feel like you understand people who can't harness this energy, they getting ready to get very much more chaotic. They getting ready to be very much more animalistic. You enter and understand. They getting ready to be already what they is very much walked in. You enter and understand. But we already knew that, right? Yeah, we already knew that. So you understand, it's just taking appropriate maneuvers. What I told my tribe on IG, man, years ago, probably about in 2022, I started telling people, you understand, I was like, listen, you gonna have to enter and understand how to de-escalate somebody that's having a mental break if you're gonna be out here dealing with these people, because there's so many people out here right now that's having mental breaks. You enter and understand, and a mental break could be a mental break, you could be walked in. You enter and understand, and you got to know how to deal with those energies, how to channel past those energies, how to protect your aura, protect your frequency, how to read yourself and be able to go with your own intuition. See, the key to unlocking your subconscious mind is being alone with self. If you alone with yourself, you will unlock yourself. But if you giving yourself to everything else, you gonna stay locked in your prison. But once you take a moment with yourself and that light hit you, it'll never leave you. And you'll get stronger in your instincts and stuff like that. Your first mind, which is your higher self, will go to really rationalizing and kicking in. And then you won't even be in situations. But you got to get there and understand what's going on. Who is the programmer? Again, we're going to go back to what I said earlier. What is you giving your energy to? You setting up your program. This is just the operating system, you guys. You putting all the codes, the inputs into your life, into your day, every day, that gives you the outputs of what you get. If you really want to look at it like that, it's a divine computer. Yeah, you understand. You gotta watch that Awaken Pisces. You and your daughter noticed that people want to get abnormally close. You know what? On some for real stuff, don't allow that. You understand? I'm a frequent no, you're not getting up on me. You understand? You're not touching on me. You understand what I'm saying? For me, I've noticed that. And sometimes people are just stare. A lot of what I get is just staring now, just a straight motherfucker stare, motherfucker eye, all eyes on me for real. Like, that's intense. You understand what I'm saying? When you walk into a room and everything look at you, but you gotta understand you the magnet. You the magnetism. You enter and understand. So therefore you got up a very big auric field. You understand, to some things that's attractive. You enter and understand. Protect your energy the way that you feel fit. Ashe, you understand? Like, I feel like the walk of the divine is an ordered one. You understand? But don't get me wrong. Like, for me now, I go anywhere. It don't matter to me because I'm light frequency and sound. It don't matter. Like, I fear nothing. I fear no man. Nothing. There's nothing here that you can really do nothing to me. You ain't understand. Like, it ain't nothing. You understand? Like, it's like I know my own spiritual power now, and I'ma absorb all. I'm gonna absorb all frequencies because I am all frequencies. When I gotta be an angel, I'm gonna be an angel. When I gotta be a daemon, I could be a daemon. And when I wanna be in between, I could be in between. See, when you know you the ruler, you here to rule yourself. And you know that your measure is your heart. You the scale. You understand what I'm saying? So if something by you and it's tipping your scale the wrong way, it need to, you understand? And vice versa. So environment is important. And you know, some experiences is gonna take you certain places. You in there and understand. Because without the experience, your soul can't grow. So you gotta just go with it. You understand? Like, some stuff you gotta go with, and some stuff listen to higher self and use your instinct. But at all times, definitely when you out here and about, I would say make sure your auric protection is up. Like me, I put invisible sigils on myself with anointing oil that I done made. You understand? I'm jeweled up. You understand? Like, for real. And all of that stuff do something. You understand? It's for me. You understand? These are tools. The power ain't in the crystal, and the power ain't in the sigil. It's my thoughts that manifested the power that puts it in me. It's my thoughts that manifested that put the power in it. So this is just a spiritual tool, but I am that I am. You over and understand? So you ain't gotta fear nothing, but at the same time, if something ain't harmonizing with your energy, it's got to dissipate. It's got to go, because that means it's pulling off of you. Immediately, yo, if you enter some inner space and you feel something, you understand, like you could feel it, bro. That's something tugging on your energy. That's why you feel it. There is a field there. You understand, and your field can feel when there's a disturbance at the core, because we are more than just what it seems. We the seen and the unseen. Because what I say again, we are what? Light, frequency, sound. And we are what? Energy that's what? Neither created or destroyed, only transferred. So a motherfucker come in your auric field, they disturbing you, you transferring energy to them. That's why you feeling it. Now, if it don't feel good, then they pulling more than they giving. Because you know, sometimes as a spiritual being, you could be out there and a motherfucker hit you, you understand what I'm saying, and you harmonize with. Or you be out there and somebody hit you and immediately you just, you understand, you could feel it. Ah, Shay, that's right, Zion. That's right. 144,000 cranial nerves, my G. That's what's activating in us. That's what I'm saying. That's why my head itching like crazy. Like my locks. Has anybody else hair been growing? Like my hair been growing so rapidly. You understand? And that's a sign of rapid cell growth. You understand what I'm saying? Like you really speeding up your metabolism. But if you think about it, we really speeding up this earth because it's all connected. You understand? The microcosm is you, the macrocosm is this, and space is just in your mind. Space and time is in the mind. Because space and time don't exist anywhere but in the mind. That's why you got astral sights in your mind. So funny. Ashe, Ashe, you go ahead and you rest. You understand? So, what else was I about to talk about? So, I think you understand. I didn't have a long live today. You understand? Because I'm getting ready to be doing some stuff on my Patreon and stuff like that. But I just wanted to come to y'all to let y'all know. You understand? Energy is neither created or destroyed. You understand? On this lunch break, you understand, or whatever type of break you take in the day, I just want you to know, take a moment for yourself. You understand? Take a moment for yourselves. You understand? You got to sit down with yourself for 30 minutes to an hour to really harmonize with your subconsciousness. And the subconscious mind is where you need to get to, because the subconscious mind is where the reality is. So 30 to 60 minutes, I'm telling you, to reset, to reset the 369 algorithm, 30, 60, 90. You understand what I'm saying? 30, 60, 90. Any of those frequencies, you need to get on it, bro. You need to set your cells. Ashe Swift. You need to set your cells on that timer. You understand? Set your rhythm on that timer so you can get the cosmic downloads that you need. That's the rhythm of the universe. It really ain't got nothing to do with a clock, because the clock is you and you are the clock. Time don't exist. How could time exist if it's 1 o'clock here, but probably in California it's what 3 hours ahead of that, and somewhere else. You understand? Time only exists in perception, what you perceive the time as, and that's what you read it because you told your mind that's the time. But there is an internal algorithm, you understand, that's outside of the clock, that the clock was based off of. And that's you. You understand? And the frequency of you and your cells, you understand, and how fast they divide and split and do all kind of stuff. And the division and the splitting is where you using energy, like an atomic bomb, an atom split, cell splitting. That's energy, you understand? Rotation of light, you understand? Like I'm telling you some real stuff. You literally a nuclear reactor, nuclear, nucleus, okay? When you go out there, you turn into a nuclear reactor, literally thermal energy, but it processes in the form of light, frequency, sound, memory, affects your memory. And the more you go out there and the more you harmonize with yourself and you go into advanced thought at certain periods within you, that's in the day as well, you understand, you get more radiation. You radiate more out because you are the receiver and you sending a signal. You radiate more out and then you absorb more in. See, that's the key. You're not just a closed system. So you're not out there just absorbing light. You also transferring light. You doing a cycle. And when you ground, you doing it very powerfully, because then you turn into a conduit. So it's like you having a real ionic exchange with the universe, with the omniverse, with everything. with all intelligence. And that's how you get in tune with yourself. And that's how you get into your telepathy. And that's how you begin to heal your body. It's psychosomatic. The brain controls the body, not the opposite. And it's just that simple. And if you do those things, you're going to ascend and you'll be a powerful person. And you won't have to take one lesson from nobody because you'll become your own teacher. And you'll be able to hit these records of Akash like I've been hitting them, bro. And you'll know everything you want to know about any subject, which can be good, which can be bad. Just depends. All right, tribe. But I'm not going to hold y'all long. I think I'm getting ready to try to learn how to incorporate lectures into this and stuff like that so I could share my screen so I could really hit on some stuff. So that's coming or whatever. So I want you all today to remember what I said about energy not being either created or destroyed, only transferred. And I want you to value yourself and value your energy today and your time and what you giving it to and what you receiving. You enter and understand and then give thanks. You understand because you got another day. Because I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of people that ain't got another day to get it right, another day for your soul to grow, another experience, another day to ascend. And as long as you got that, that's all you really need. Everything else is all just matter. All right? All right, tribe. Y'all go in peace. Y'all go in peace. Till next time. In the closet. In the closet. This is what I'm going to call it, the closet series.